My name is Colinfurze and I am digging a secret underground tunnel from my shed to my house and then hopefully to my underground bunker at the bottom of my garden. Now so far we have dug nearly 4 meters down and we have tunneled nearly 6.5 meters across. But we're not quite at the house yet and we're nowhere near the bunker. But what we do want to do is kind of finish this bit off and make it safe. We don't want to be seeing rock, we don't want all these uneven floors. No, we want it to look perfect like the entrance to my underground bunker. So we've got to build a tunnel within this tunnel and surround it in concrete. That's what this video is about. Hope you enjoy. Subscribe. It's a lovely thing to do. Enjoy the ride. Okie doke, that's got the first bit down. Now this bit that we've plasma cut out in the middle, this is so when the concrete comes down the side, if it doesn't quite sink under it properly, because it didn't do in the bunker, we can put our arm under and kind of help scoop it along, or of course we could just fill it up from the middle here and then push it all out so it's nice and solid. Now to keep it level, we've basically welded these little tags here on our supporting frame and then we've put little posts underneath it to give it a little bit more support. We've had to concentrate on trying to get the thing skew width and in line with the hole at the top, and our hole that we've dug isn't quite straight, but I can live with that. So next bit's going to come down. We've got some little tabs welded on here that it can sit onto. So get that bit out and then just keep doing it basically. Ooh. Right, got 2 bits of floor down there. Now we put this 50mm box section here. Basically, we put Kingspan insulation in between this and then the floorboards over the top of it. A little bit of insulation, keeps it nice and toasty. So, that's done that. The third one's ready to go down and then we'll put a 4th one down and then we start putting some walls up. And hopefully, the dusty jobs are nearly over with. I got absolutely covered in it yesterday. Here we are, it's a new day people, we've had a dust down, we're a bit clearer. Right, floor is down, floor is level, floor is done. There's a little extra feature, look over here. I've put this little extra bit in because we're going to house our hydraulic pump there so it can basically be in here all the time, and then when we want to do the next bit we're not dragging it around on a piece of wood like we were last time. It's all plumbed in, the hydraulic lines can kind of run under the carpet and then we can get on with it. Right, next up, exciting part, put some walls up, cut some noggins, just make it feel a little bit more like a tunnel. Colin, how can this not feel like a tunnel now? If anything, this is more tunnel-like because you can see rock. Shut up. Just shut up and get on with it. No, I think... Got a bit of wall! Okay, that's got one side up. But one advantage we have got with down is, because we've got this steel frame, we've welded some tabs like to the frame and to the back of the wall, so the whole thing is like completely solid, even though it's just fixed down the bottom here. So next up, get another load of sheets down for the other side, and then start thinking about curves and the bit that goes up to the workshop. Boom. Okay, both sides of the walls are all done. We've got our little fireplace, dog kennel area down here where we're going to set the pump. Now we've had to plasma cut the top edge of this so it's all nice and straight, so we can now sink the arches onto the top. And that created so much smoke, we've lost another budgie. Right, next bit, we've got to do the sides up to the surface. A bit more.
But you never understood. Got too caught up in your head. Now what's that about? And even after all these years, you never tried. You only thought hard. These subjects have meaning in my life. What's wrong with you?
So of course we've took the steps out, I'm still down here, we're struggling to lift it out. I really have. What have I worked myself into a bit of a hole?
Every single time I walk away, you get the style, you call me names, you never think it goes your way. So don't you
That's what I did last time. I went like that, didn't I? Well, it's starting to look pretty cool now. So, got the shaft steel up. We've plasma cutted the arch out. Now all we need to do is slip roll loads of supports, bend the steel round, like weld it all up, get it all sorted, and then we're kind of nearly there. It's just connecting the bit up there to the shed floor, and then we're done. Okay, slight oversight, and our little bits that were bracing the wall, a bit of metal's now touching them. Got to cut a bit out of that. Look at this, look at it. Right, it's not fully welded up. I've got to go around all the seams and stuff like that, but it's all tacked together. Next job, we've basically got to connect this up to the shed floor. But before we do that, we've got to disc cut this current like hatch or whatever you call it all the way out, take it out, build it up level with the floor, and then we can backfill it with concrete around the whole thing. Yes! Of course, the electric cable's there, isn't it?
Did you film that?
Yeah.
We've cut through the electric cable.
Look at that, straight down the middle of the cable. Whoops. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram.
We've got a proper rim, we've got all the bits and bars all set up, and of course we've got the first part of our lid. Next up is the concrete. Pour it all down the outside here and start to finish the whole thing off and stop it sounding like a blooming drum. There it all comes, look. How cool is this? So we've got a steel liner down and we've covered it in concrete, but of course we're nowhere near finished yet. We've got to put all furnishings in it, carpets, the lights have got to go up properly, but I'm not going to do that until it's actually connected to the house. And of course there is a little way to go before we do that. Now, some people are probably thinking, Colin, when you poured the concrete down, why didn't it just bellow out the edges? Well, basically we've got some of the spare insulation from under the floor, wedged that in the outside and kind of packed it all in, stuffed it all in, so when the concrete come down it kind of bunded up against it, and now it's gone off, we can take that off, and then when we do the next bit we can kind of knock into it, put some anchor points in, and it'll all key together, and then it'll be like one solid piece basically. Now, some people have asked about temperature, how hot is it down here? And for the most time while we were digging and building this, it was a lot cooler down here than what it up in the shed. But while the concrete was going off, because that's like a chemical reaction, causes a bit of heat, it was like an oven. As you can see from this thermal imaging camera, the walls were absolutely roasted and it was generally boiling down here. Now, that's kind of subsided, that's all good. Now, of course, we've got carpets to put down, we've got the electrics to put in properly. At the moment, there's like a little pipe which we kind of put into the walls in the concrete so we can just stuff cables down. At some point, that will get connected into the house electrics properly and all done and dusted. But we're not there yet, we've got a lot more to do. Now, as for ventilation, while we were doing this, you probably didn't notice it that much in the video, but there was a massive fan at the top blowing air down here all the time, because obviously if you're welding and digging, you do need a fresh supply of air. We also had a bouncy castle blower in extreme times that we'd give it a complete belt out, because that was like mega noisy. We didn't really use that much. Now, up the top, the carpet, oh, it was heart-wrenching. I've had to get of all the 3 lower levels of carpet. They were absolutely destroyed, but there were so many marks on them which like tell a story. There's like a massive oil splodge where the screw tank leaked. The carpet's ruined. There's a burnout mark where I brought the superbike in to make the 100-mile-an-hour Dodgem. All these other little marks from other little projects, but unfortunately we'd completely wrecked it. They had to go. Now, next stage, we need to go towards the house more. There is probably the same amount to do again, but in that direction and then up into the pantry. Now, I'm gonna have a few weeks off because I've been working down here for about 2.5 months solid, and I think I need some sunlight in my life. So I'm gonna have a go at some other projects. There's my drift cod, which I need to finish, and various other things. Stay tuned, subscribe, put your notifications on. This is by no means, of course, the last you will see of this. There is so much more work to do. We've got the hydraulics to fit down here, and we've just got to get better at tunnelling, and maybe a little mine cart would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Right, see you in the next one.